A massive breakout is imminent for KDA on the weekly time frame. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin Kadena to see where KDA can potentially go in the near future on the weekly time frame. Now, we know the weekly time frame is a very important time frame, especially in crypto. If you guys like these videos, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, turn notification bells on so you guys never miss a video. Before I dive into this whole chart on KDA, I do want to have a look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is king. Just a quick analysis. We can see right here that Bitcoin for the second straight week in a row, it is consolidating. So it's just going sideways, very neutral, doji candle, doesn't really know what to do. Now this area right here is a very important area. I mean, $20,000, $30,000, $28,000 to $30,000 range is a very important point of control on the volume profile. Now we can see we are currently getting rejected right here. We had some conflict right here. We got a few rejections right here that was obviously support back then that flipped into a resistance, which is why it's very hard for us to break above that. And we got a conflict right here. Now the big question is will Bitcoin break down and come back down to $25,000, or are we going to break this level? Now if Bitcoin breaks that level, we're most likely going to see a massive pump in the altcoin season, which will lead into KDA pumping to $1.60. If we see Bitcoin going down, we're most likely going to see KDA breaking back down. But I'm banking on the upside. I think Bitcoin started the bull market and it's going to be very interesting to see. So before I get into the whole TA, let's go ahead and talk about CoinMarketCap real quick. Kadena is currently ranked 148 with almost 300,000 people on the watch list. So make sure you hit that star right here if you haven't yet, with a market cap of $219 million, traded right under 1 cent and 97 cents. And of course, the volume is right below $7 million, down 42% in the past 24 hours. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Kadena added Lars Kutz, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, and he was a senior software engineer at Microsoft, and he's now the senior software engineer at Kadena. Now, this is obviously very bullish, and the reason why that is because founded by Stuart Pobjo and William Martino, who created JP Morgan first blockchain and led by the SEC Crypto Committee. So not only do we have the SEC Crypto Committee ex-workers, but we also have someone who created the first blockchain at JP Morgan, and now we have the ex-developers at Microsoft. So we got three big players right here at Kadena, and they're only growing. So this is obviously very bullish. Let's dive in straight into the charts real quick. So first of all, on the weekly time frame, we got support right here, support right here, support right here, and a support right here. So we know, guys, the trend is your friend until it bends. Now on the bad side is that we got a massive resistance right here. Now KDA is entering this horizontal triangle, and it's going to be very interesting. Now Kadena has been on a downtrend right here since January 23 2023, and we haven't been able to break this downtrend right here. Now we did try earlier this week, or yesterday or 2 days ago, I believe, attempt to essentially break this resistance, but as you guys can see right here, we got rejected exactly at this level. Now whatever happens, my target for KDA is the following two targets. One, if we break to the downside and close the weekly below, the weekly, guys, remember that we could wick below here, wick to the top. If we don't close the daily candle or the weekly candle below these resistance, it does not count. You see the body right here? The body is still above that trend line, or above that, or below that resistance. Now my two targets is right here. One is 53 cents. I know a lot of people are calling for Kadena to go to 50 cents again. My second target would essentially be $1.60. Now $1.60 is a very important region. I mean, we can see right here that this is a very strong and important support resistance level, and of course 50 cents would essentially bring KDA right here, which is, I wouldn't call it very, a lot of support region, but we did have some conflict right here, and we started the new weekly candle right here. So these are my two targets for KDA right here. It's going to be very interesting to see where it goes. Let's dive in on the smaller time frame, on the daily time frame real quick. Take away these trend lines right here. So first of all, we did have a double bottom yesterday, okay, or a few days ago. We had a double bottom, and of course this was the neckline right here. Now if you guys saw my tweet a few days ago, I mentioned that this would only be valid if KDA breaks above the neckline right here, which is sitting at $1.05. And guess what happened yesterday? We actually got rejected exactly at that region. So we know now that this area right here is a very important and strong resistance. Now I could take this and actually drag drag it all the way back here, and we know that we had history around this area right here. So this was a strong, or it is a strong resistance. Also, we had some conflict. This was a support that flipped into resistance. We had some conflict right here, some right here, and now right here. Now we know historically that every time we hit a resistance, that resistance gets weaker and weaker over on. So the next time we essentially come back and retest that $1.05, we're most likely gonna essentially break it. So this is definitely an area to watch on KDA. Diving into the 4-hour time frame, we know historically that every time KDA breaks above the 20 moving average, we usually have a nice little break to the top side. So right here, we were clearly in a downtrend. Right here, as you guys can see, since the 20th of March 2023, we broke above that 20 moving average right here, pumped up, came back down, retested that 20 moving average. And now the big question is will KDA continue going to the upside? Was this just a correction from this pump right here, this crazy pump that we had? Or will KDA continue dumping to the downside? Now, the good thing is that Kadena right now is currently making lower highs, which is exactly what we want to see. We want to build that trend, that uptrend. That's exactly what we want to see on any cryptocurrency, and this is exactly what it's doing right now. Came back, retested, building a lower high, making possibly making the trend is your friend pattern. So we're gonna have to see overall where this goes, and if KDA can possibly break out of this massive move on the weekly time frame right here on this triangle right here. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.